Hello from I'm home. You are not home.
Welcome to Sip Happens, episode 5, season 2, episode 5,
Reporting live from.
Libertyville, Illinois.
Look at
Proud
that.
Midwestern representation with our friend little Murphy Bear in the background. Hi,
Yes.
Bible.
Must have our producer on site for all. He has some notes already, but you know
Yeah.
what? We'll get through. We'll have to just power through. So I forgot, re-listened to last week's episode. I forgot that we had a cliffhanger. We left the listeners wondering about Ladybug taint. And so I feel like that's where we should start.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back home. Let's go.
Such a tease, the old Ladybug taint. So actually, have you ever heard of Ladybug taint? Because I had not before. It popped up on my scrolling naturally. And now I'm so curious about it. So apparently there is an issue where ladybugs are like infesting vineyards, and you can taste when a vineyard has been infested with ladybugs, the wine tastes different, and it's called Ladybug taint. So if you are curious whether or not the vineyard that you are consuming wine from has been infested by ladybugs, this is what you're on the lookout for.
Okay.
The taste of peanut shells, which I don't think I've ever actually tasted. I mean, I've tasted peanuts, but I can't imagine it tastes different-ish.
Okay.
Peanut shells, rotten coconuts, and green beans.
Okay. So if anyone is drinking wine and it happens to have this flavor profile, it may have been infested by ladybugs, and it's no bueno.
It's fine. You can drink it. It's just not good quality, as good of quality as it would have been without that ladybug situation happening.
All right, folks.
Now
There's your
you
cold
know,
moment.
ladybug taint.
The more you know. We're here just doing God's work, telling you about that wine that you may or may not be drinking with the ladybug infestation. Amazing.
Watch
Okay.
out. Yep.
Well,
Glad we
we're
covered
coming-
that. Whew.
We're coming to you from a Saturday. This is a rare Saturday recording. I'm in Chicago. I am home. If anyone can't see me, you're listening. I'm in a Wisconsin hat, Northwestern hoodie, broadcasting live from my childhood bedroom, filled with an ungodly amount of soccer trophies and basketball trophies and high school memorabilia, because apparently we just can't get out of high school. Like, what did you do with your old high school stuff? Like, I guess your parents don't live in the house that you grew up in. So what happened?
I'm also now wondering, like, what is the percentage of people whose parents still live in the house that they grew up in versus those who don't?
Really low. I don't know. I mean, I feel like by this point, like half of all of my mom's my mom's friends, they've all sold their homes. They're either
Downsized or moved to Florida or something.
Yeah, exactly. And huge Chicago contingencies down in Florida because it's just like easy. So townhouses, whatever.
I feel like that's such a rare treat, though, to be able to go back and just walk through your childhood.
It's rare, but it also can be like, yeah, it's very bizarre. It can be scary. I don't know. If I come back into my room and if I could show, I mean, it's a blast from the past, and I do a good job. Every time I've come home, I've kind of cleaned things up. I'm kind of starting to store things, but like, it is like snapshots, Stephanie, high school, Carmel High School, pictures from prom, soccer trophies, Self magazine. Yeah. So
if you didn't have your parents' house, would you keep all of that and just keep it in storage at your place?
Some of it. I've done it. I would keep some of it. I think at this point, what I need to do is go through a bunch of my things, but I still have like a bunch of like notebooks from college that actually I want to save, from photos, pictures, stuff like that. Everything in my room currently are things I do want to save. So I think at this point, it's just, I got to box a bunch of the stuff up and just send it back to our house in Accord and store it.
Because that was when my parents they lost the house that we had in the housing bubble that burst. It was foreclosed on while I was in college. And there's a whole lot more to that story, obviously. But just on this topic, we ended up, all my siblings and I, going back and having to go through all of the things and packing it up and figuring out like what we actually wanted and what we didn't. And at that point, I was living in Manhattan, where I didn't have any space whatsoever. And I remember putting together, I think, 2 or 3 boxes of stuff that I wanted to keep, including all of my high school yearbooks, all of those kind of things that the longer I held on to them, and they ended up staying in my parents' house, and then my parents got to the point where they were like, "Hey, all 4 of you have 3 or 4 boxes. We can no longer, every time we're moving, move your stuff with our stuff. Like, this is annoying. Come get your stuff. You're adults now," especially as my siblings and I all started buying our own homes and things like that. Eventually downsized it to the point where I had to kind of whittle down what I actually wanted to keep and got rid of a lot of those trophies because I was like, what do I want those trophies for? Like I remember I played youth soccer. I don't need my youth soccer trophies. You obviously played more competitively and did things that you earned trophies that you're very proud of, but not that I wasn't proud of my youth soccer achievements. But like my high school yearbooks, why did I need to keep those? I know what I look like in high school. I know what my friends look like in high school, those kind of things. So I ended up downsizing a lot of it. And a lot of the stuff I have now, I think I have one box of things, and there's things that I do wish I'd saved that like my yearbook, not my yearbook, my report cards and notes from teachers and things like that, so I can go back and be like, oh yeah, I have been a talkative, disruptive person my entire life. Let's see how I turn that into my, career and running my company and those kind of things. But I'm trying to have that sort of mindset now with my kids as well, and being thoughtful and intentional about what I'm saving of theirs. I mean, every parent I think has this problem. The school art, like we have an entire thing of it, and it's important to them. They say it's important. I flat out asked, "Do you want to keep this, or can we keep it for a week and then get rid of it?" And they want to keep it, and I'm like, I can't keep all
I
this.
feel like we do because like the school Max goes to is like very, very art centric, and so I think like maybe I'll save like maybe 1 or 2 things like a week and I'll put it in a box. But there's like I've seen on Instagram and on social, like there's some really great services where like you basically send out all of their artwork and they commemorate it and put in like in
But I
like an
don't even
album.
want that. Like, why do I need to?
I
Because the
know.
things they send home, it's like a piece of blue construction paper with one white painted line across. And they're like, Harry drew a caterpillar. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Harry drew a white line. And then you said, this looks like a caterpillar. Do you want to take it home for mom? And now I have a picture of a white line. Like, I don't need to keep that. I don't need to put that into an archive book and keep it in an archive book. Like, those are the kind of things where I'm trying to be more thoughtful and intentional about what I'm keeping for my kids. But I
Yeah.
also don't want to make those decisions for them, because what if he becomes the next Banksy and he's like, oh, remember the first caterpillar picture I drew you? And I'm like, no, I threw it away. Like, that's on me.
The stuff that I don't know, whenever I do also go, like the stuff that we have in this house, that's another rabbit hole to go down to is like what happens once your parents are no longer here and what you do with all that stuff.
And you're forced to go
Thank,
through it all.
thank God, like we're not even remotely in that space yet, or at least, fortunately, but that is going to be, I fear that day because it is a scary, scary clutter fest of things that have been just hoarded here. So,
I
anyways,
had the unique pleasure of having that experience as a 20-something-year-old when
but
I was living with my grandparents.
oh,
And they
yeah.
aged out of their home in Long Island. They could no longer live alone, so they were moving down to Atlanta to live in an assisted living home near my parents down there. And I was living in Manhattan, so I was the family spokesperson who was chosen to go there and help them pack everything up. And it's the same thing where I still, to this day, that was 15 years ago, I think about things in their home that should have been saved that weren't saved because I couldn't do anything with them. I was a 20-something, barely making my
I
rent.
forgot about that phase.
There was an army trunk of my grandfather's full of old family photos that we just had to leave, and his kids didn't want it. They weren't interested in it. And now I'm like, how could you not want that? That's the cool. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
devastating.
distraught. I don't know where it ended up, but those are the kind of things where I'm like, I want to make sure I save the right stuff and don't save the wrong
Yeah.
stuff. And then it's just so much that you have to stress about as a parent. Like, what if I'm saving the wrong stuff or not saving the right stuff? Like, I don't need to be worrying about those
Well,
things. It's fine.
I mean, on a very
They'll
similar note,
survive.
I still wonder where all my, Rock Republic skinny jeans went too. I should have saved those. I'm sure those can make a comeback at someday. We're all about full legs now, but I bet those stovepipe and skinny jeans are
Everything's
coming back.
cyclical. It's all coming back. Murphy
Harry.
really wants to participate in this podcast.
Well, he
My
has some
dude.
to say about, what you should save.
I speaking of fashion,
Mhm.
it is the Met Gala week.
Of course it is. That was one
And
of my notes here. Let's talk.
I
Okay.
don't think it even matters because rumor has it Zendaya is not even going to be there. So why bother? Like, cancel the whole thing. Why bother?
I mean, clearly canceled. Do we care about Devil Wears Prada 2? Do we care? Anne Hathaway, do we care? Thoughts?
Well, first of all, no, to answer your question. But
Well,
secondly,
no on which front, the Anne or the Devil?
The Devil Wears Prada. I don't care. I mean, I'm sure it's lovely. I'm sure it's easy entertainment. There are very few movies nowadays that I am floored by that have more than just mindless entertainment value to me. And I say that as someone who didn't actually watch a lot of the like Hamnet and all of the Oscar winning. I mean, some of those ones I'm sure would exceed that bar of mindless entertainment, but I can't believe it's been 20 years and they are making a sequel after 20 years. That is baffling to me.
Phenomenal. I mean, Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci, Anne Hathaway.
Fantastic genes. And support and finances and resources to maintain.
I know, and this is probably like not an unpopular opinion, but like I love the podcast Popcast by the New York Times, John Monica, Joe Cascarelli, and they had an interview with Anne Hathaway because she has like 7 movies coming out this year. One of which is like she's starting Mother Mary. She started. So they talked all about Mother Mary and the production, and Jack Antonoff produced, and I felt so guilty thinking about this as I'm listening, but like, why is she so unlikable? Is this just me? Like, and then
you don't like her, or you just like
and like and
get
and
that
then
vibe from her.
Myself, because I'm like, you would never say that about a man. Like, why do I think that? It's like a woman thing, and like, why does she come across like? Why do I have that feeling? Why do I think that she's?
I say that about men all the time.
I don't know.
Where I'm like, oh, I just don't really like his vibe.
Like who? Like who? Like I don't know.
Murphy right now. My goodness.
Murphy, man.
Oh,
anyways,
dude.
We don't have to go down. I don't want to go down a negative road.
No,
with, like,
it's not. I don't think it's negative. I think there are some people who just have an air of, or I think it's the same mindset as when you see someone like a celebrity or a personality and you see an interview or you see them on social media and you're like, oh, I'd be friends with that person. Like it's the same thing. Like it's where you like either get someone's energy or you don't. And I don't think it's a negative thing. Like it is what it is.
Her energy for me just comes across so like too poised, too in control, too calculated, not real. And she's even publicly said that the aura and the persona that she portrays outwardly, given her celebrityness, is completely opposite of like her at home. Like, which I get, she wants to have the separation of home life, kids, all the persona, but like that's why I love like a Jennifer Lawrence. Like, I'm just so attracted to like that type of personality because she's like no BS. She's so like.
That's literally who I was thinking of when I was like, when you see an interview with someone and you're like, I could be best friends with that person. That's always every time I see a Jennifer Lawrence something, I'm like, yeah, this is my energy.
But
I love
also
this.
Like a Kate Winslet. Like there's something else about like a Kate Winslet energy like, I love. Like I feel like she's so real, talking about women, aging, like her. I don't know, like so. Maybe that's where I'm coming from in terms of the it just doesn't do it for me type of thing.
Yeah, but I don't think you have to think of that as a negative. I think that's just either you vibe with someone's energy or you don't. Like a Viola Davis, I would love to be best friends with her based solely on her Instagram account and obviously interviews and things. But like I follow her on Instagram and every time I stop at a video and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this video. It's something that she has reposted and I'm like, Viola, bestie, you get me. Like she just, the things she reposts, I love her.
Thinking about the things that we've seen on social this week, I got a list. Yep. You got some good things you want to check
let's go.
Okay, first, PSA, Kacey Musgraves' Middle of Nowhere album is out. After we stop recording this, I'm going to have another cup of coffee. I'm going for a run and I'm diving into her album. One of my favorite artists. Everyone should check it out. I'm on such a country kick. Her, lately. I'll stop there.
I feel like Stagecoach is in our future, you and I. Once we both stop having babies and our babies are capable of doing whatever the opposite of this is, Stagecoach.
Murphy
he is just really living his best life right now.
It's okay. He's a producer. I'm so glad. That's why we're friends. Stagecoach was the second bullet in terms of like, I could care less about Coachella this year. I was like, it's another celebrity thing, another pop thing. Like, okay, cool. XX, Bieber, get all of that. Yeah. But I don't know. The vibes of a Stagecoach. I heard it was kind of nuts this year. They had some wind issues. But again, like that's kind of like the down home vibe. Like I'm here for.
I believe I saw that one of our previous guests, Miss Katie Babineau, was at Stagecoach.
Miss Katie Babineau was on there. Hi, shout out Katie. She's absolutely listening to this pod in her drive into work. She was there.
Take us with you next time, Katie.
Well, I agree with her assessment that she's like, I will never go here, not VIP. And like, You're here, meaning like, it's just like, I'm too old for this shit. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
absolutely. No, there are some experiences that
yeah.
you need to spend more money in order to actually appreciate it. Yeah.
But she said it was kind of nutso because I guess there was like weather incidences, so they had to
Yeah.
like clear them out. But I'm here for Coachella. I mean, not Coachella, for Stagecoach. I'd absolutely do it. See, he just wanted to be held.
The kid
He's
gets
like,
FOMO.
"Mom,
He's so loud that our number one fan, Spencer, just came upstairs to steal him because he could hear him yelling.
he's
This little
okay.
thing.
I think he just wants to hang out with you in your
Steph
arms."
likes the background noise. She loves when Murphy has some input. Bye, Murph. Thanks for your input. Agreed. All right. So Stagecoach in the future, stay tuned. It's going to be fantastic. We, a few weeks ago when Coachella was happening, and oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the K-pop group?
Oh,
Cat's Eye. Whew. That had
are they
the
K-pop?
golden. Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Are
no,
they? Yeah, they are.
no. So it's Cat's Eye, but then they had
They had the
Demon Hunters come
the
on and do
K-pop
it.
demon hunters come on and perform
Perfect.
golden. And I
Yes.
showed my almost 5-year-old daughter, who is obsessed with cake pop demon hunters, as she calls them. Sorry, cake pop demers, she calls them still. And she was like, I want to go to that. And I was like, absolutely, girl. Like, we're going to Coachella. It's going to be K-pop demon hunters in 20 years when you and I are going. So let's plan for it. And she and our neighbor friend, who's also the same age, they're already planning their outfits for Coachella when they go together in 20 years. So
Okay. I count me in. And I can't wait. That would be so fun to like when the kids can actually start doing more activities like that. Like, I want to go, me, you, and Emmy, we got to go somewhere, like girls
we
trip.
will be in our 60s.
Hey, man, I will be looking good. Like these, I will be
I
Botoxed
can't
and
wait.
fit. So no problem here.
I can't wait. Speaking of being good to go and fit in our 60s, our girl Hilary partnered with Ladder for one of, and look, we love Hilary. We love fitness, wellness. We love all these things. This is my new life motto. And I guarantee they're not the first to come up with it, but they've been shouting it so loudly with this new campaign, stronger, not smaller. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. That is the exact ethos. Everything in your life should be about being stronger, not smaller. And anything in my life that exudes any other energy otherwise is being dismissed.
Yeah. Love it. So here for it, support it. She's on a kick. I saw she did the commencement speech for like Northeastern University.
Get it, girl.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, Hilary.
She is having her moment.
She is in her moment. I'm here for it. And it's funny, like I never cared about her until the past like this resurgence. She has just this whole new energy. So
Yep.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Well, this August, her concert's coming up, so stay tuned. Working on getting tickets.
No.
Spencer's making it happen.
Okay. I'll go.
He's
go
gonna make it happen. I know
Sure
you will.
that.
Yeah,
No.
I know you will. So I don't know if you saw, there was an incident, some slight coverage throughout the week about something at the White House Correspondents Association dinner.
Yep. Yes.
That is
Yes.
what it is. Whatever. Did
Right.
you see that the bright shining star from that story? Because of the disruption at the dinner, they never got to actually eat their meals. They had sat down, they got their salads, they were scurried away, no one actually got to eat their dinner. So they donated 2,600 plus meals, lobster, steak, everything that they were going to serve and didn't get to serve, to shelters, local shelters for abused women and children.
Okay. I wonder how that actually happens. They delivered like this hot food to these shelters and then.
No, apparently it was freeze dried.
Okay.
It was something where they like flash freezed. I don't know, something where they and it was the decision supposedly from what I read was made by the White House to do that and to donate the meals. And I love that. And
Okay.
it's rare that I have a bright spot of anything coming out of the White House these days. So I wanted to celebrate it.
I wasn't sure where that was going to go.
I know. I wanted to keep you along for the ride, but I feel like I need to gentle parent this administration and praise the positive. So well done.
Okay.
Let's focus on the good things we're doing. Let's donate more meals. Fantastic.
Have you been following or have you seen on social the girl who wears hot pink and is hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, the PC, is it the PCT? Have you seen this?
No,
Like
I
all of
haven't. I've seen all of the London and Boston marathon content, and I've been bawling my eyes out. So
well, yeah, that's
I'm
exactly. I
glad I
mean,
haven't seen this lady. What's she
um,
doing?
no,
Go
so
Pinky.
I guess I bring it up because she's kind of not been controversial, but basically, she's hiking this trail. She's maybe like in her mid-20s, young 20s, and she shows up on the trails and she's just like outfitted, like super cute, wearing pink, doing her hair, doing her makeup. And I guess like the takeaway is that she's getting a lot of commentary about, is she actually really doing this? Is it performative? Again, it was just interesting. It's like it was something like even like my brother brought up to me this morning. He's like, "Have you seen this girl?" I'm like, "Why is this even a conversation? She's hiking a trail. She's looking cute. She's vlogging it."
Yeah.
So
So
anyways,
what is the hate?
it's just
Just that
well,
that she's creating content out of it?
she's hiking the trail not to find herself or for personal fulfillment or for achievement. She's hiking it purely for vlogging, TikTok, Instagram reel content. And so the question comes up is what are the intentions with this kind of performative content that you see across social? Are people really going through these arduous self discovery journeys because they're discovering things, or it's all part of a total act, a total script? She's hiking this trail looking cute because she's talking about brands. She's using it to grow her following base. And so it's like, and so I guess like the larger question is kind of like, who cares if you're following this? You've like, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
kind of like a who cares type of thing.
I'm too
So
busy stressing about whether or not to throw away my kids' art to even have a thought on this one, apparently.
I mean,
I'm worrying about the wrong things, I guess.
okay. Have you heard about or read about the book called Strangers by Belle Burden? I don't know if I've
No?
talked about it. So Belle
I'm still
Burden,
in my Sarah Moss, the A Court of Thorns and Roses, all of those books series. I'm swept into it. So tell me
this
about
is
something else.
opposite.
Strangers.
So Strangers memoir, Belle Burden comes from old money, Vanderbilt money. Like the level of wealth she has is just beyond. She basically marries into like a Standard Oil type of family. So it's like two of the most wealthiest old money
Living the
gals.
dream.
The purpose of this book, and it's been all over like Oprah and it's got a lot of notoriety because it's like well written, but the whole story is about how she is completely left by her asshole of a husband and does not realize how much money he was making, like without her. I bring it up because this book has gotten so much attention. Everyone is like praising it, loving it. I'm like, how is this book popular? It like, I guess pain is pain, grief is grief, no matter what, no matter how much money you have. Breakups happen, divorce happen, men leave women, women leave men, tale as old as time. And all I can see through this story is how this woman of just unbelievable, complete privilege and wealth is like talking about the dissolution of her marriage. And my point is, I just don't understand why it's so captivating and why
Have
this
you read it?
yeah, I finished it. And I'm just like,
You did.
and
Okay.
I'm not listening to it and I was listening to it. And I'm like, how, like, what is capturing America with this story about these two wealthy people at the dissolution of a marriage? And all I could hear is about how she had to give up her house on Nantucket and how she had to let go of Nanny and like, so anyone who's read Belle Burden's Strangers, please let me know why you liked it, what you got out of it, because
Interesting.
yeah, so
You didn't get the hype.
I think it's time.
Okay.
I got a lot of more things here, but I need to take a pause because we're gonna go down our list. It's been a
You
long
want me
week.
to actually chime in with something? I forgot about this pillow talk last night.
Yeah.
I asked someone so much wiser than both of us. I wouldn't, well, I'd say he's smarter than me. I don't know if he's smarter than you. He is my husband, and he is full of so much knowledge. So last night I was like, hey, what should we do if a dog attacks Lucy?
Okay.
What is the protocol?
Okay. Okay.
And he said, here's what you're supposed to do. And he knows as much about dogs as I do, but he knew the answer to this. So I don't know. I haven't fact checked him, but I just believe everything my husband says. He said, go for the other dog. So what you did grabbing the harness is good. He said, don't go try to get your dog because your dog is in adrenaline fight mode and could end up biting you and hurting you. And then that like becomes an issue between you and your dog that you don't want to have to deal with. So go for the other dog, whatever that looks like, hitting, kicking, punching, whatever you need to get the dog off of. He said that dogs' jugular veins are more pronounced than human jugular veins. So putting a dog in a headlock to try and like get them to pass out is a little bit easier than doing it to a human. And so if you have to do that, you can take that step and just know that you don't have to like choke
That's
them
very
out the
big.
way you do a human. Um, but hopefully neither of us are ever going to have to know that. But
Yeah.
don't try to pull Lemon away, because Lemon could end up biting you, and then suddenly you and Lemon have a bad relationship.
Oh, shoot. No, but like going for the other dog, I get that. But my concern still is like, if a crazy rabid dog is attacking my dog, I don't think I'm physically going to be able to headlock a massive dog, or I don't know, like that
That
action
so
is
from my
so
understanding, that's what he's
painful.
saying. You don't It's not even like a full headlock. It's such a much more mild amount of strength that's needed to do that to a dog. I don't know. Hopefully neither of us are ever in that situation, but that was what my husband said. I was like, I just hope you're
Thank
there when
you.
it happens, if it
Thank
happens,
you for
knock
your
on wood.
assistance. Thanks for your
Um,
assistance.
Things that I have been targeted with on social media this week: the tiniest bathing suits in the world. And I don't understand. And I say that as someone who right now is on the first couple days of my period and is literally wearing an adult diaper. So I am someone who is full coverage. I want all the things covered. I am not too proud to wear an adult diaper when the situation calls for it. I need my cheeks covered in the summer, and I'm getting targeted with what can only be described as frontal and back floss.
So here, interesting. So first of all, I hate thongs. I never wear them. I hate them. I'll wear it if I
Ever.
have to. But I hate a full coverage bathing suit bottom. I love a very cheeky fit. There's even one very, my bottoms for my bathing suits are like 1980s, early 90s Jane Fonda high waist.
So
They're like kind of
cute.
silk that tucks you in, but gives you like the long legs. And the it's almost like a thong of a butt. Like I will wear that all
Which
day, every day versus like
And
a
there are so many women who will, and I love that. But if you are not that woman like me and you prefer full coverage, where do you find it? Where am I find? Because I am
um
just not someone who
oh, where did
likes.
my God, I'm trying to think, what is the name? Oh my God, the most popular, like literally, if you're like a mom in your 40s, you're wearing a swimsuit brand. What is it? Not Saturdays, Sundays.
Somersault.
No, it's like a somersault. That's one of them. Oh my God, I can't even think of it. Well, okay, I'll come back to it. I'm literally going to Google
Please,
40-year-old
because
mom.
I need a full because I'm very comfortable in a bikini. I'm happy to wear two pieces. I don't need a full coverage, full one piece with a skirt style covering everything. I just don't like I don't like picking out my wedgie all day long, and that's what I do when I have anything that's cheeky. I can't do it. So, any listeners who have recommendations for any sort of coverage on the bottoms that are still cute, not a frocky situation, we are here. Steph is not listening, but Stephanie is. Stephanie would appreciate them. No, Steph doesn't. You don't want their recommendations. You don't want. You're all set with your cheeky things.
Kind of a
That's what
couple.
I've been targeted just by little thongs, cheeky styles, and
Um,
I need options.
okay, here's another one. So first is, were you part of the Mad Men? Did you like Mad Men? Did you watch it? Was that you part of the Mad Men?
I have never watched it. It has always been on my
Yeah.
to watch list,
Okay.
which is shocking because it's the industry. I should
Yeah, it
watch it.
is. So my favorite podcast besides Sip Happens is Good Hang with Amy Poehler. I cannot get like I have been so overwhelmed, so busy with work. I'm barely listening to my news podcast in the morning. Like if there's only one thing I can listen to right now, it is Amy Poehler and Good Hang because she is just so good energy. She had Jon Hamm on the Pon Her Pod recently, and it just makes me fall in love with her even more, him even more. They were recapping all things Mad Men, which I feel like is one of those amazing rewatches that you can do because it still holds up. The tale is always time. Um, it's just like such an iconic show. It's inspired me. I'm gonna go start rewatching it again. I think it's on Netflix now.
Nice. Is it?
Um,
That's super handy.
but like, okay, if you're not a Mad Men, you know, aficionado, I mean, for me and you to talk about it, but I loved it. I have to go back and watch. But anyone out there who's like obsessed with Mad Men and Jon Hamm and talking and analyzing about, Roger Sterling and the end episodes and everything, listen to this episode. PSA.
Great.
Great.
Speaking of thongs, I forgot to jump into this.
Mhm.
Have been informed by the masses of the algorithm and whoever else is behind them that thong heels are trending, and we
Thong
should be. Yep,
heels?
thong heels, like a flip flop with a little
Oh,
kitten
yes.
heel.
Oh, yes. I saw
as seen on Hailey Bieber, as seen on one of the Jenners,
well, I was just gonna say,
Riri,
it's, like, pictures, like, circulating of, Nick's game with, Tina Fey,
Tina Fey,
Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet's legs all over
Yeah,
Tina Fey.
and of
Just
course, like,
close up shop, Timmy Tim.
Kriston heels. That's Sparks. That's something for me.
So that, yep, she's been wearing them, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm not someone who really jumps on trends anyway, but it's not like I can hear them. I can hear what this trend sounds
Here's
like click
nothing.
clack clacking around.
Okay, talk about disgusting, flip-flops in New York City in the summer. Kill me. Cut my feet off. Like, I will that is the most disgusting thing I have ever heard, is flip-flops in the city.
With a little tiny kitten heel just clacking around. No, it's not happening. Not happening. No thanks. Yeah, there. I think is there an age that you get to, or maybe it's just like a level of self-love and confidence that you get to where you just kind of the trends and the fads. You just
The
kind of you're
only
like, oh,
place
all right, good for you.
only
They
place you
come
should
and
be wearing
go.
flip-flops is on the beach. I don't no. Hard pass. No,
I
thank
don't own
you.
any flip flops. I don't even own flip flops. I mean, I own Crocs, so I have my
Yeah,
shameful
not
footwear
everyone's
choices that
perfect.
I've made.
Yes, not everyone is perfect. I was gonna ask
Alas.
you about Euphoria, but we're on separate watch culture lists right now because I like loved Euphoria. Season 3 is finally back. I missed the last episode with um oh my god, with the wedding. So I guess we can't even bring it up because it's not something we can
I got
digest,
nothing.
you know.
I got nothing.
Euphoria.
You know what I did this week that I feel like was very millennial of me? Maybe it's not. Maybe it was just a very Stephanie thing. I ordered a piercing kit off of Amazon, took it over to my neighbor's house, and we had a little happy hours and holes piercing party. So yeah, absolutely. It was fantastic.
First of all, that name needs a big rebrand, Happy Hour and Holes.
There was
That
no
needs
drinking involved. There was no drink. We just our
wait,
husbands were
so
there, the kids were running
pierced
around.
you went to your
We
neighbor's
pierced our
house
ears.
and
So I did my flat helix up here. So there's a third one. I had both in my cartilage, and then I made a little triangle. And then my other friend did her triple piercings. And then we had another friend who did her kind of middle cartilage area. So
that's
easiest
so
piercing experience I've ever had. $10. You get 6 piercings preloaded in a gun. You just
for you.
pop it.
I mean, that sounds exactly like something you would do. And
Oh, yeah. The problem is now I'm like, that's an option. I can just do it myself. So, and obviously there was a lot of sanitation. There's alcohol wipes. We cleaned the countertop before we put everything
the only
down.
alcohol involved were alcohol wipes. There wasn't even
Yeah.
like a glass of wine for
No.
your happy hour and holes party.
Happy hour
Good
and
Lord.
holes. Yeah. Piercing party. Highly recommended. It was very fun. I mean, as someone who now that was my 10th piercing. So I have had others that have grown out, but I'm like, the fact that I now know this is an option is watch out, ear.
Okay. Okay.
I'm coming.
Well, looking at my notes here. Well, I have a
Would you
couple
pierce
more.
anything?
I was just thinking if I would let you pierce my ear, and probably, yeah,
Yeah.
I
You would
would.
do
I would.
another ear?
Sure, why not? I'm
Okay.
not like a huge earring person though. I just have a couple of big gold hoops that I wear, and I have a piercing up on my top cartilage.
So that's my plan here is I just ordered a bunch of the little tiny not real diamonds, but the little tiny sparkles and tiny gold. Why am I studs? Wow, that's the word I was going for. So I'm just gonna have like little seeds everywhere. And then those will stay always, and then I can change these as needed in my ears. I'm excited about it. And as I say that, the next thing on my list is about, as I talk about how I just self-pierced with my neighbors because we are mom friends and thought it would be fun to do. I have also been targeted by how the creator of Minions was once asked why there were no female Minions, and he said it's because he couldn't see them ever being that stupid. And I feel like I might be the exception to that as someone who's like, yeah, I just pierced myself. Why? Why would I not do that? I could be a minion in another life. But I
I
also
love
love that.
yes, because like of course a woman could never be a minion
They're all
because
men because that
clearly
makes sense.
they're
Women
all
would be like, why
clearly
are we just following this bad guy? Let's just do
yeah.
our own thing.
That sounds exactly like I'm sorry.
Patriarchy.
I love it. Um, well, Craig has been in London for the past week, and work has been kicking my butt. I'm working a lot of like West Coast hours, and I was pleasantly surprised to get a nice email and be reprimanded by
Oh my gosh, yeah. How dare you?
brain and the right brain, and we need to wake up both sides of the brain to
Oh
let them
my
learn
gosh.
how to read. And I was like, can you
That
just
would have
maybe just
pushed me over
learn
the
how to
edge.
read? It was just everything about it was just so poorly timed. I love his school, his teacher's
Yeah.
great, and all the
Yes, of
circumstances.
course.
It's just like,
Like,
you
thank you for
know,
caring about my son's left brain and right brain, but now is not the time. Thank you. I
but
need a
like
minute.
also like the song's important for him to learn to read. And like that's something we kind of been like not struggling with, but really working on with the schools, like extra help for reading. And like if the song isn't going to teach him to read, how about you just teach him to read? So let's
Well,
just move
maybe
forward.
that's why you're struggling, because he missed the morning song.
I think that might be. So
Therein lies the problem.
that's my
Oof. Yeah,
tea.
that would have set me off as well. So a few deep breaths I don't think would have solved that that problem for me. Oh
Um,
boy.
but yeah.
Wow. Well, I feel like I mean I get it. School is important. It's incredibly important to have an education, and I feel like there's got to be a fine line for schools between understanding that parents are trying their best and also needing to do their
I mean,
jobs. And
again, like the lake thing was like not wrong. And I like if he was in a more rigorous environment, like we'd be screwed because he goes to a school that's very loosey goosey. I mean, like parents are walking their kids into school. I'm hugging him in his locker. I'm like walking him in, like to the point where sometimes like the security, I'm like, this is a little sketchy. Like I can just open the school door and walk in, and we're in the country, and so if we were in any other environment, like we would have to completely recalibrate our routine because like his school, he should be there no later than like 8:45, and I get there on like 9. The other day I got there 9:15, and like, you just kind of get a slap on the wrist. It's not a big deal. But I think of like a lot of other like public schools, and you probably know more than I do. Like it is, you drop your kid off, it's peace out, you're not allowed inside,
yeah.
very strict in it. I get that from a security perspective and keeping everyone on time. So yeah, I think we've also just gotten a little too used to
Yeah, our
the
school,
yeah.
it's double locked front doors. The parents aren't allowed in the school. You drop your kid off and they walk themselves in, and um it's scary to think that those kind of things are necessary nowadays. Like there's a big every time I drop my kid off, I see this sign, this big light that says if the blue light is flashing, do not enter the building. And I'm like, God forbid that light is flashing one day. Like that is the world we live in.
Oh, is that like a active
Like an
shooter war?
active drill situation.
I can't. I can't even go down that route because it's just the most devastating. So, um, I have one last anecdote to end on or just share before we peace. And,
Please.
um, it's a woman I follow on Instagram. I think Nicole Gibbon, and I appreciate it. And I think it's something that you would, which is she said that she was at a party in LA and she's a bunch of creatives and she's talking to a younger Gen Z, creative. And the Gen Z person goes to her, who's a millennial. She's in her like early 40s, maybe late 30s, early 40s. And she's like, yeah, like, we just see, millennials as this like kind of our nerdy older brother and sister who love memes. And she's like, well, let's unpack that. Like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, actually taking a step back, like millennials, like you guys have been able to juggle career, work, family, owning things, like the things that you've continued to juggle, like our generation, like we can't even fathom, number one, having that or even doing that. And I bring this up because it's interesting because it's a kind of a rebrand in the way that Gen X has thought of millennials, which is like entitled, lazy, asking too many questions, like, and so it's interesting to see how the
Yeah.
generation before us actually, sure, you might be a little bit nerdy and, older brotherish and memey, but they see us in such a different light than Gen X did. And I was like, huh, that's an interesting kind of comparison. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Not that we have a choice, but happy to be a millennial. And I feel like I fit into a lot of millennial stereotypes. Great.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm so millennial and like I
Proudly
own it.
millennial.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah, hi, it's
That's
me.
us. Nailed it.
Like, what do you mean that
Put
this
us
is
in the box. Yep. We fit right in that
check it,
millennial box.
check it.
Happily there. No, I think we're in great company and we have it. So we should be proud of ourselves. I am proud of us. The things that we have survived and managed to juggle and the things that we do. And on a daily basis, I'm like, how did we even get here? What is this? What's going on? And it's
Yeah.
crazy to think back on all of the stuff that we've been through. I found
Well,
my COVID vaccination card the other day and I was like, this was a
I know.
lifetime ago. That's
I mean,
crazy.
yeah, I mean, again, we're getting that time here, but like, I feel like the conversation for like an S pod is like, well, it's a little bit more like reflective of me, but I feel like the journey I've been on for the past 2 years has been just so such a roller coaster with everything, like work, life, family, fertility, everything. And I feel like I'm kind of, I mean, to say, like, I feel like I'm finally kind of catching, like, getting into a good groove where I
Yeah.
feel, I think we've talked about that before about in terms of like wanting to do another egg retrieval because I'm just physically in such a different place now than I was,
It's
you know,
amazing.
earlier. But just it's life and how things ebb and flow. And that's why you should share all your journals, because when you do your memoir and you write your book later, you have to reflect on all that, you know?
They're up there somewhere. I gotta find them. We'll see. If I can find them, we'll talk about any of our journals. If you find any at home, we'll talk about them next week.
I
See what you can
know.
dig up.
I got some good ones. I got some, and it's like it's incredible to see like what you thought was important, and it is important in that moment, in that day. But in hindsight, you know, perspective. There you
Well,
go. Happy
episode
Saturday.
2, episode 5, season 2. That's a wrap.
That's all right.
Thanks, folks.
Peace.